The Khaleds apparently chow each other, chief.
Siblings.
You don't know.
No, but I believe that because Khaleds are crazy. Khaleds are crazy.
Crazy in what way?
They chow each other. Those are
I've dated a Khaled, so I can say that.
I've dated a Khaled,
You've dated a Khaled.
just no.
Okay, I've
They're
dated a
crazy
crazy
mentally, but not,
No,
not
if you're
to
not,
that
if you're
point,
mentally
bro.
crazy, then of course you'd sleep with your cousin.
Habari ma Africa, mimi ni King, nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Asante kwa kutazama King's So. Ladies and gentlemen, what terrible utterance have been made here on the what do they call it? The Open Chats podcast. I myself am not a subscriber to Open Chat podcast, but I've seen their work being posted by other people. It's a big podcast with 419,000 subscribers with about 339 videos as I'm recording this video. So they're a very big podcast with a lot of influence. With the content that I've seen about them, it's always sexual, explicit, and I don't know how young those people are. They look like they are in their early 20s. They look like they are in the early 20s. I might be wrong, but that's what they look like to me. And they are always speaking about sex and all of, and you know, just their content is sexually explicit. It's always, I'm worried. I'm like, oh, my child must not come across this podcast, but he probably has already. You know, my boy is big. He's turning 12 years old. And for him to listen to, okay, let me play some of the content that I've seen from this podcast. Listen to this.
You don't hear big dick niggas saying, I have a big dick.
Sino, relax.
What?
Sino, relax. Sino, you've told me a lot. You have told me a lot. If she did in front of you, if she was like
Literally, if she was playing with it in front of you.
You watch yourself and you touch yourself.
Yeah.
From watching yourself.
Yeah.
My sister.
I'd be like, dang, am I really?
My sister, wait.
Like,
Wait.
dang. But look at you, you're glowing. That pussy water on your face.
Ay. Joe, Lolita wanted to grab Joseph's thing now. Hey.
No, I didn't want to grab his thing.
You were going down to me. I saw your hand going like this.
I was just like, Joseph, let me feel it.
You wanted to feel it?
I don't know, just that you apparently invite girls to come with you for threesomes.
No, we're not closing no show.
Excuse me. So you hear that? This is the type of content. So when I run through this type of content, I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I've actually made another YouTube channel. Some of you have seen my other YouTube channel, African Mojolo, with your boy King, where I try to give some type of advice to couples when it comes to marriage and relationships, and we listen to clips that are making rounds, and then from those clips, and then I will then commentate over it, because I feel like as African people, especially us who have gotten married at a young age, I've been more than a decade married now, so I can speak on the marriage institution. And you find yourself in a situation where some things you come across them as a young couple, because I got married in my mid-20s. You don't know how to solve them because you were not prepared for them. It's not normal for us as African people to speak openly about the challenges that we have in in marriage or in relationships, for that matter. Our elders, they just leave us to be and figure it out ourselves. So African Mojolo was for exactly that, to say we need elders that have walked the road and can give advice. So as a young person myself, in my 30s, late 30s now, I can give advice to the younger people and other couples. So that's what African Mojolo is all about. But this type of content is crazy because it speaks to my heart, because I feel like sex has been made a toy and an experiment that young people go through. It's no longer about being pure in an African community. It's no longer about respecting women. It's no longer about respecting oneself, privates, parts, and all of those things. Children can say whatever they want, and you ask yourself, from which households do these children come from? But anyway, I'm not here to speak about that today. The clip that is making round is the one where they say colored people chow each other. The young man did use the word apparently. I want to note that because there is going to be some lawsuits that are going to come their direction with almost 500,000 subscribers on their podcast. I hope nothing happens to their livelihood in terms of that podcast, because a podcast does put food on the table. You know, it is a side hustle. There's no jobs for young people, and young people are hustling to put food on the table. Sometimes they do it in the wrong way. Let me go out straight and say I disagree and I condemn this type of comments that they have made full-heartedly. But if you go and watch their podcast, you will understand that there's worse that has been said. You understand what I'm saying? It's just now they touch the nerve of the colored people, so the colored people are going to come against them, you know. So I want us to break us down, because I saw many content creators making videos about this. Some of us who have grown up in colored areas, who went to school in colored areas. I went to PS4E and Estres there in East Lane, next to East Lane in Pretoria, and we stay in Kimberley North at home. It's a colored block, and I grew up around colored people. So let me speak. I'm in a predominantly colored church, if you can say that, with colored pastor and everything. So I'm going to speak about this. Let's listen to GAYTON Mackenzie.
Yes, G. I'm just going to go into a meeting. I want Eugene, Evan, Marco, all the lawyers we have in the PA. I want a report today of how we're going to deal with those people that said coloreds are crazy. I want us to use everything at our disposal. Tonight at 7 p.m. so I can tell our people what action we are going to take. It's racism. We must never allow people to become that comfortable. If we have to say that about other races, we would have been on every front page. But because the media doesn't care about colored people, that's why you see they don't even profile those people. But listen to me, Secretary General of the Patriotic Alliance. When I came out of this meeting today, because I've got cabinet meeting, I would like to know all steps that's going to be taken. We are going to go after them in their personal capacity legally. We're going to go after the show. I don't know all the instruments that is at our disposal legally, but you guys will tell me today at 7 p.m. and I will then post what you guys are going to do. Thank you very much. I want everything else to be dropped. Let's deal with this matter. Salute.
Okay. Oof. Very touchy subject. Very touchy subject. The words have been thrown around there. Racism and attack on colored people. Colored people have come out in their numbers to unite and fight this podcast. And they feel like that those statements that are made are just crazy statements. And to a large degree, I agree with that. But it's statements that a person, it's not the first time a person is hearing this about all races, by the way. If you look at our community, it is a messed up community. It is a messed up community. We have heard of sons sleeping with their mothers, black communities, white communities, colored communities, cousins sleeping with each other. It's not limited to colored people. it's something that you have heard. If you're honest with yourself, you've heard this. If you've grown up somewhere in a big community, you've heard of an uncle that has impregnated their niece or whatever. You have heard this, man. You have heard this somewhere. Let me say I have heard it. It's not the first time I'm coming up across such statements. The way they were doing it, they were attacking colored people to say these people are crazy. They are not normal. They are crazy. They are doing this. They chow each other as siblings. Oh my God, that's the most disgusting thing I can think of. But it's something that is not out of the realm of possibility. You understand what I'm saying? It's not out of the realm of possibility. The president says all the lawyers of the PA must attack this matter for those people that said coloreds are crazy. So GAYTON's concern, according to this small clip that he made, is that those people that called colored people are crazy. And I want to come back to say these politicians have trained our young people to speak like this. Our politicians insult each other all the time, call each other dogs, call each other auntie, call each other mapantiti, they insult each other all the time. And now they are surprised when the young people are also doing it. Our communities are rotten, ladies and gentlemen. There's no moral fabric that you can say our communities, there's a standard of which a community must stand on. Our communities are messed up. I messed up. I was watching another content creator, a colored guy who was making complaining about coloreds. Complaining completely about coloreds. Heartbroken, saying, oh my God, we colored people, we are always taking each other down. We are always, I'm not going to play that clip, but it's a colored guy who was saying that with crazy tattoos on his face. Is it racism? Is there racism there in what they and how the people can? The young guy said colored people apparently chow each other. And if you don't believe that he said apparently, please rewatch the clip. In the beginning, it does say apparently, and that apparently might save him in court, because apparently it's not a complete fact, but it will affect them big time. Because remember, a legal case is just there to destroy the image of Open Chats podcast. You might lose the DSTV deal. Yeah, they might write to YouTube. I don't think YouTube will have such a big problem with them. But you might lose your credibility or things like that. You might not go beyond what YouTube and Instagram and whatever is pushing you. And GAYTON is right. It is correct when people go against the colored people. The colored people would upstand and say, listen, not with us, not under our name. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It is. I would have loved to have that conversation with coloreds to explain to them the privilege that they have that black people don't have. And I was thinking, that might not be, this is not the video to address that, because here we are addressing the racist remarks that were made, explicit sexual derogatory statements that was uttered against colored people. So I was like, is it the time to address that or not? Because, okay, let me address just one example. Colored people can say they are half something else that is not South Africa and still be accepted. Colored can say, no, I'm half Indian. My ancestral lineage comes from India, or my ancestral lineage comes from Germany, or my ancestral lineage comes from somewhere outside South Africa, and that statement will be accepted as such. They will say, I'm half Khoi, half quarter colored, and my our people come from Europe. My great-great-great-grandfather was a white guy. They can say that, and that statement is all right. As a black person can't utter the same statement and be accepted in South Africa. What do I mean? A black person can't say, my mother is South African, but my father is Nigerian, and still be accepted as a South African. You saw what they did with Chidima. and many other people. Once a black South African is half another country, we consider them that other country. We don't consider them South African anymore. In the eyes of the public, in the communities. That's how pitiful we are. Your father is Mozambican, then you're from Mozambique. Your father is from Congo, then you're from, I don't care where your mother is. The fact of the matter is your father is from Ghana. And then South Africans will disown you as a black person because of being half something else. Colored people don't, maybe they experience that amongst themselves, but we black people, we don't judge them according to that. We don't. If a colored person says, I'm Khoi, we will not debate with them if they are Khoi or not. Can they speak the language? Can they speak any of the Nama language? And we don't debate with them. It's like, oh, you are half Khoi, half colored, and your grandparents are Xhosa, but you also have a lineage that comes from Germany. Okay, sure. But a black person can't do that. A black person can't do that. So, in conclusion, because the video will be too long, it is a concern that must be raised. We have seen this with the other podcasters that I'm not going to name. Many podcasters where people say what they want without any consequences. You understand what I'm saying? And we are learning. I hope going forward they will learn from this to say, don't say things. You will hear a lot of podcasts using the words what is the word that they like using? What is that word that sounds like apparently? What is that word? You guys know the word I'm looking for. In my mind is not here. But anyway, they will use it so that people can say they did not say it directly as a factual statement, but it is apparently or some or whatever they would use a word so that it does not sound that bad. So I'm here to say Open Chats podcast. You guys need to be careful. The apology that you gave is not an apology. The statement that you gave is not an apology. It looks and sounds like you were ill-advised even on that end. It's probably not the first time someone is complaining about your podcast. That's why you're so confident. But I'm telling you, I would have apologized if I was you guys. I saw only one from the podcast also apologize and all of those things. That is very good. Apologize and then go live on your podcast and do another apology there. Because to say in your statement to say we have had colored people in our podcast and what that is rubbish. Don't say that. Once as a statement that you have said has offended other people, find it in your heart to say, guys, no, especially to colored people, because they are one with us. They are one with us. So this separation of black and colored, I don't like it. When I see a colored person, I see my own people, to be honest with you guys. So that is my take. Let me hear what you guys have to say. It's what time now? It's past 8, so GAYTON probably has came back to his Facebook lives and spoke about it. If he did indeed say something about, he said he's gonna say something at 7, so I did not check if he was on. But if he did indeed say something that is very interesting, if they are suing some of them, if they can sue some of them, according to that small clip that I saw, I wonder. But I'm happy for them. To understand that they cannot say some statements and get away with them. Tell me what you think on the comment section. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.